Very good day, everybody. Welcome to another video. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us from the sunny Miami airport in the United States of America to Havana, to the José Martí International Airport, Havana, Cuba. We will be using real-world time and real-world weather. We are also using the Aerosoft simple traffic tool, so we have some better liveries rather than the generic ones by Sobel. So there is an American pulling back, there's a Turkish Airlines, there's a China Airlines, there's a UPS, kind of that stuff. And we will also be using GSX just to have a little bit of fun. We are looking at an en route time of about 56 minutes, a little under 1 hour. So let's just get this thing going. As you can see, we have a nearly setting sun. So I don't think we'll do any daytime landing in Havana. Alright, so let's get everything started up then. I'm first going to get the flight plan here from Simbrief, so I have that in. And in terms of GSX, I should probably also do something. It's 63. Reload Simbrief. Not sure if it's doing it. What for the request boarding?
Boarding requested.
Right. Let's get some power. Shall we? Battery power on. Align the IRS a little to the light. No, not yet.
Do you want to board crew?
Yes, both.
Pilots boarding starting.
Ground power is available.
Crew boarding starting.
Not sure if it's going to recognize 63 like this. No, it says not in database.
Your crew has boarded.
May I see your
Passengers
boarding
boarding starting.
Usually there's this little airplane icon that you can click. I'm not really sure where it is at your park now, but I have an idea. Keep forgetting, but we can also use Navigraph in here. Let's just go ahead and do that.
May I see your boarding pass?
So here we have our flight plan. What I wanted to do is basically just zoom in on our current location. And if you zoom in all the way, there you go. You should be able to see, looks like we're at Echo 30.
Good afternoon.
And that looks to be recognized, so that's cool.
Good afternoon.
Alright, so route. Just going to request our route. From Miami to Havana. We set payload and we also set the fuel, and then we select the route.
Welcome
Okay,
on
so
board.
that's ready to load. Let's load it up. In the meantime, we can turn on a bunch of quality of life, maybe call it quality of light.
This way.
And we activate the flight plan and we execute. So we have a flight plan in there now, but that's not quite finished.
This way, please.
Well, let's first set up all the conveniences here, and then we're also going to we have a squawk code of 3121.
Welcome on board.
Go to TA only, and I think I'm doing this correctly, but I'm not totally sure.
Boarding pass, please.
Excuse me. So you can see outside with GSX, baggage being loaded up, so that's pretty cool. You can also request catering. Request catering service. So let's go with the GSX choice, Chelsea. Alright, so let's keep on going. So we have a basic route loaded in now. Let us have a look at the OFP. We'll be cruising at flight level 370, cost index 67,
Hello.
and then the average wind is 292 at 27 knots. For the fuel, we have log fuel 5.1
Welcome on board.
and the reserves 1.8. And if we also check now our departure and arrivals, out of 08 left, Maynard 3 departure, then to CANOA, and then the entry for arrival for runway 06. Let's start by checking the weather here in Miami. So we have 100 at 12 knots. So the runway choice seems to make sense. And arrival 070. And that also seems to make sense then. So let's check our QNH here. That is 3016. 016, sitting right there. Alright, that's good stuff. So what else we're going to do? So let's check let's put in the departure and arrival. So departure was out of runway 08 left.
This way.
And it was the main 3. Let me just double check if it's 08 left or right. 08 left, then main 3, and then for runway 06 entry 4. So we can execute this. It's thing there. Come back to index, arrival ILS 06,
Hello.
and that's the entry 4. And we execute it. So now we have the flight plan. We will have a look later to see if there's any flight plan discontinuity. And there's a couple. So we'll have to look at that.
This way.
So we'll do this momentarily. So in the meantime, let's see if we are on kilograms. Yes, we are. So that's good stuff as well.
Welcome on.
But then I think we can carry on with the initialization. So the zero fuel weight, the Boeing
Catering vehicles
PMDG.
are
You
on
can
their
just press the button there. That's nice. Okay, so we are loaded up. Passengers are still coming, and we're also waiting the catering. So the cost index was 6.7, and 5.1 for the block fuel.
Good afternoon.
And then the reserves, I believe it was 1.8. 1.8 should be okay. Then we were assigned flight level 370 for cruise, and the cruising wind was 292. Let's press the 9er, please there, thank you very much. 292, and it was 27 knots if I'm not mistaken. Check real quickly here.
Boarding pass, please.
Oh, my bad. Let's see, 292, 27 knots. Okay, so that's it. So let's enter it. Oh, that's not one. Oh, I did not take the cruising altitude, I think. 370. Let's do it again then. Alright, and then the cruising wind to 902. Thank you. At 27 knots.
May I
And
see
there
your
we have that. And we execute and go to the N1 limit. Let's have a look. The PMDG comes with this nice tablet as a performance tool. You select our runway, 08 left. It is going to be dry. Let's import the weather. And it will simply calculate for you the appropriate speeds. So let's look at that. We have a takeoff rating of 1, TL1, temperature 48, should give us 87.2. We are having a flap 1 takeoff. V1 speed 132, rotate 133, V2 speed 136 knots. We can put 136 knots in here.
welcome on
You
board.
can hear the catering carts outside, that's pretty cool. It's 48 degrees for a takeoff 1. 48 degrees, so takeoff 1, the rate 48.
Welcome on board.
87.9,
This way.
and it says that 87.2. I see this lately, I don't know really why that is. If anybody has any ideas,
Welcome on
please feel
board.
free to let me know. But we're going to continue with this, it's not the end of the world. Flaps 1,
This way, please.
and center of gravity, and the trim will be 5.62. We can set the trim right here, basically the green area is okay. 5.62, you know, you will never be able to do it on a scale like this.
Good afternoon.
So somewhere in the middle between 5 and 6 should be perfectly fine for our purposes. Alright, we got speeds here, 131, 132, 136. I think I'm just going to accept. Let's check the runway length real quick. 85. (131), 132, and 136. So basically that mostly concludes our initial setup. We'll have to look at the legs page in a little bit. We have the departure and arrival. I think from Maynard we can go straight to CANOA. That should not be a problem at all. And from CANOA, probably straight to entry. I think we're just going to do that. And if it doesn't work out, we'll amend the flight plan. It looks like we've got something in here, so that's good. All right, then we're still waiting for the passengers to board. Every now and then you will see an update here in the top left corner by GSX, so it's a 64 of 128, so we're precisely at the middle marker there. Okay, so the aircraft is aligned.
May I see your boarding pass?
So let's continue with the overhead panel here for a bit.
Welcome on board.
Let's start up the APU. Just give it a second or so, and then you press start. So now we can turn on the yaw damper.
This way. Good afternoon.
Let's see, let's strap in the passengers. We're going to be cruising at flight level 370, so let's dial that. And what's our altitude actually here? Let's leave that 0. That should, for now, that should be fine. We will have to set this later for the landing altitude. But for now, we're going to leave it at local landing altitude in case we need to return to the airport. So that's how that works. Yeah. Let's have a look. So the APU is now settling, the exhaust gas temperature settling there around 400 degrees.
Welcome on board.
Let's turn on the APU bleed and switch over to APU generator. And we can get rid of the ground power unit now.
Hello.
Ground power unit is replaced.
Boarding pass, please.
See, so we're on APU. We can looks like the system. Well, let's see if I can have some extra windows open here that I'm not using. Yeah, I think we can just get rid of all these things. Yeah, okay, so let's get him. So we turn on the flight director. There's a specific order in the Boeing 737. At least in this one, you first have to turn on this one if you are the pilot flying. It will be the master, as you can see there. If you turn on the other one first, it will be the other way around. I'm going to dial in our cruising altitude of 370. I'm thinking they'll, just get clearance by clearance, step climbing, We're just going to put it like this.
This way.
And it's on the VNAV and LNAV as well. We're going to do a flap 1 takeoff, and but let's first wait for the passengers to board. We could have a look at the departure chart.
This way.
Well, let's rather first have a look at the airport chart. So we are parked. Already forgot where it was.
Welcome on board.
So that's here at Echo
This way.
30. And if we want to go to runway 08 left, so that should be all the way over there.
This way.
Alright, so we'll be going probably, let's see, pushback facing north, so No, let's see. Yes,
This way.
yeah, that's correct. So nose to the right, and then we just get onto I don't know what this is called. This taxiway have a name.
Good afternoon.
Vector maybe. And then onto Yankee. No, onto Juliet, and then left onto Mike or November,
Good
and
afternoon.
then we cross the runway. I think from the holding point from here, but we'll get there.
Good afternoon.
In any case, push back with the nose to the right.
Hello.
So standard instrument departure. We have the mainer 3, let's put a little pin in that, what is usually super sim.
Boarding pass, please.
I mean, in this case it's just like an R left departure, so out of 08 left,
Good afternoon.
you'll take a right, basically the aircraft's following all these waypoints. Alright, so it's not nothing too fancy, but I'm trying to get into the habit of flying like the, I don't know, the first leg, or sometimes probably not even the entire leg, you know. But just to not immediately switch over to autopilot, but just, yeah. Just fly. So small steps. And then let's look at the arrival. So this is where we will be arriving.
Hello.
Havana, Cuba. On runway 06, so we will exit to the left somewhere. That's good to check in advance. And then we have arrival will be the entry 4.
Welcome on board.
We'll look at that in a little bit. Let's also pin the runway, let's see, ILS runway 06. So now we check the star, our arrival.
Hello.
We will be coming from CANOA.
Good afternoon.
Onto entry. So basically what we're looking for is to see if there's any altitude constraints.
Welcome on board.
And my brain is having a hard time processing all the information at once. But I believe it's above flight level
May I
40,
see
but we should also be able to see this in the computer. I forgot his name, the FMC. And let's check the final approach chart. ILS runway 06.
boarding pass, please.
So we'll set this in a little bit. The airport elevation is 210. So we can set the airport elevation to 200. So we're almost done boarding. The sun is also almost done setting. Look at that. That's Miami for you. Real world time and real world weather. Alright, so this one is a little bit bright. The primary flight display. So let's make that a little less bright. Bring you back up here. Come on, you can do it. Go down, baby.
Welcome on board.
Not seem to respawn. Maybe I was just impatient. Okay. 113 passengers. I'm not sure if we're already allowed to call the tug, so maybe let's just wait a little bit. So we're going to be pushing back with the nose to our right, tail to the left. So we get onto, I believe it's called Victory. And where the aircraft is coming from. We will just follow it, and we cross the runway 08 right, and then got onto 08 left. We have a Frontier
Boarding pass.
aircraft here as well. There's a Lufthansa, there's American Airlines. So let's put the navigational display in the traffic mode.
This way. May I see your boarding pass? Good afternoon.
Right, so we have a couple of more passengers to go. Let's check here in the menu real quick if it's possible to
Boarding pass, please.
operate the door. So aircraft, apps, equipment displays, fares, equipment. It's probably actual or optional equipment. Or maybe
Good afternoon.
my tablet, yes. Cabin layout, 2 class or single class.
Hello.
Why is there 53.1 in the scratch pad there?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Alright, boarding has been completed. Not really sure. Alright, I guess it's okay. Let's clear out the scratch pad there. Probably the zero fuel weight. Alright, so we have all the passengers on board. Actually, what I wanted to do, have a little look. Oh man, my frame rate is a little low. There's all our passengers. Hello everybody, welcome on board. Let's have some fun. Alright. So, next step. Man, this sucker is laggy. GSX menu. Prepare for pushback and departure. Maybe operate jetway. So I think that is still connected. There you go. So there goes the jetway. And our door is still open. So we do not want to fly like that. It's going to get a little bit cold. So ground operations, door management, and close all. Let's remove the chokes. So I think we're totally clean now. So let's go ahead and request the canal finally.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
That. Prepare for a pushback and departure.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Well, sounds like a plan, Stan.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
So the nose to the right and the tail to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Well, let's release the parking brakes then.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, so let's go start some engines. Engine number 2. Let's go to Airline. So engine number 2 is starting up. I have another look outside here. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Start up engine number 1 as well.
Please set parking brakes.
It's so funny if you listen to that guy's acoustics. What was it doing? There you go. It sounds like he's saying this in a room with tiles walls. He should actually be standing outside, I think. Alright, so let's set the parking brake as they requested.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Copy that. Just follow here, Victor, Juliet, November, and then I right at Quebec, I guess, and we cross the runway 08 right, and holding at Lima 2, something like that. So let's confirm that we have two engines. I do apologize for the FPS, it's really lower than usual. It's already not super great, but yeah, we got two running engines. Good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Airline, my bad.
Tow truck disconnected, bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Right, let's get going. Where's the other aircraft? Oh, it's just driving straight through us. That's always good. I don't see the dude. I'm good. Alright, so before we go, we turn on the engine, the main generators. We can turn off the APU now. Let's turn on the packs. And again, I forgot the electricity and the probe heats, window heats. Alright, let's turn off the dome lights. Let's set the flaps to one position and the auto brake to RTO. And we turn on our one-way turn-off lights. Taxi lights as well. So let's get going. Parking brake release. curious to see if we can see ourselves drive away now. There we go. Say goodbye. Let's reset this position. Right. So I'm guessing we're still going good, right? Maybe let's slow down for a second. Yeah, let's have another look. Yeah, and then we take a right here onto Juliet and a left onto November. Need to verify the takeoff speeds in a bit. You can see the yellow light there, and there will also be a message saying verify takeoff speeds in the FMC. And a left turn onto Juliet, now Juliet, left turn onto November. Let's verify the takeoff speeds again. Go to the Itinerary page and we'll add one limit takeoff. Takeoff speeds 131, 132, 136. For some reason the primary flight display is still quite bright for me. Okay, so he is taking off there, 18 right. Oh, speeds are way too high for a turn like this, my bad. But I don't know, maybe I'm too high for a turn like this, you know? This should be Lima 2 then, I guess, the holding point for 08 left. So let's hold it here for a second. We set the parking brake, engines to idle. Oh, we turn on the landing lights. Steady. we are on TARA. So I think we'll should be good to go. Could do maybe one final weather update. See if the QNH still valid. But you know, we're taking off. I'm good. .016 and we have 100 at 12 knots wind. So it's a slightly from the left front. Alright. Parking brake released. And let's line ourselves up. I think if we're all set, let's start the timer. And let's take off. Take off thrust set.
Airspeed alive. Knots.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate. Gear up.
Positive rate of climb.
Oh, that's the city of Miami. Let's turn on the autopilot. And then we can have a look outside a little bit. Alright, so what's going on inside here? Are we still good? Let's reset the auto brake. And let's lock the gear. And I guess the cabin crew can be released. I believe this is basically how I do it. What is it? Taxi lights, runway turn-off lights, we can turn those off. So are we going to accelerate or what? We're at 170 knots there, man. Okay, flap up. Alright, looks like the speed's doing its thing as well. Although I'm not really sure what to make of this. should be on our way to Baller. Let's zoom in. Don't think he's not quite right. No dampers are on. With DNAV, LNAV. Weird. This is weird behavior. Am I doing something wrong? We can always do a direct to Mint. Let's do that. Look at the poor aircraft, man. Flying at right turn all the time. Yeah, so not really sure what went on there, so it's starting to complain now about the bank angle. Oh, bank that. This is beginning to look really weird, man. I don't think I ever had this bank angle. What's going on? The engines are fine. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. So it will not go straight now. For some reason it keeps on turning. Let me tell you something funny. The autopilot never engaged. And there you go. Okay, so that's quite embarrassing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We currently we just had a slight technical problem, but that's now solved. And we hope you enjoy the flight. So I think this hill right there, CMD, that's the one to look out for. So flying to room, no, he doesn't have to do that. Just go to Asti now, please. Execute. There you go. Sorry for all the Astons. I've spotted that earlier, maybe. Let's release the passengers. So that was really stupid. We're almost crossing transition altitude. So now let's have a look at the top of descent, 3331. So that's in about 25 minutes, 24. I'm going to get the charts now. we are on CMD. Lateral navigation, vertical navigation. I'm not really sure how the wind forecast works, but let's just request them. Alright, so let's load them in. Alright, that's pretty cool. Now let's have another look at the descent page. 3331 Zulu. That hasn't changed then, I guess. 20,000 feet. So let's go to the external view for a brief moment while I step into the galley to fetch another beverage. So I will be right back. Right, so here we are again. Let's hop on into the flight deck again. Fortunately, the altitude horn is not tripping yet. Let's set pending altitude for 210, which is basically 200. Because that says right here, airport elevation 210. Localizer at Havana is 110.5, and the final approach course is 060. So 110.5. Dial that here, and you're on F1. 110.5, it's actually already there. And then the course will be 060. Spot on. Alright. Let's put some constraints on, maybe. Come on. Yeah, and let's prepare for the arrival and the approach. Or rather, further prepare. We've already done a couple of things. So we set the localizer 110.5. We set the final approach course 060. And looks like the glide slope will start at 2,000 feet, and there's a decision altitude of, we can say, radio 210. And let's have a look here at the vertical profile. So 2,000 feet is where the glide slope will start at Hotel Alpha 402, which is 5.6 nautical miles from the ILS. See if that's the name of the ILS. That's correct. Okay. So we could put a range ring around that as well at 5.6. You can go to your relax page and you'll find the runway. Right here, runway 06, you click it, it comes into the scratch pad. Now you go to your fix page, and then you just paste it in. Now the radial, it should be the reciprocal. If we want the extended runway center line to extend out of the circle, we can do that, but we will need the reciprocal. So we're flying 06, so the opposite was should be 240. So radial will be 240, and the distance was 5.6 nautical miles. We just enter that, and then we should have a nice little circle around the runway. There you go. You can see it right there. Let's just go there, and we can have a better look at it. Let's take this view. So we will be coming from this side, and basically by the time we reach this waypoint at Hotel Alpha 402, we will that's where the glide slope will start, and the ILS system will start guiding us down automatically on the autopilot. So the top of climb is coming up in about 50 nautical miles or so. And descent is in 124 nautical miles. So we set for the radio altitude, the decision height, which is the altitude at which you should have a visual of the runway. And if you don't, you'll have to perform a go-around procedure. I believe we set 210 on the radio altitude. It is now on barrel. Just click it if you find the correct spot. That's on radio. Now when you start dialing, it will populate the numbers there. So radio 51, we bring that up to 210. One more. Yeah, there you go. So we have the radio altitude set as well. This basically means what you hear sometimes when you're on final approach, you will hear approaching minimums. And that's basically a audio call out for that function. To decide if you're going to land, you see the runway, etc. So we have the final approach course with the localizer. We have a decision altitude, and we are going to set the vertical navigation to reach 2000 once we reach our cruising altitude. And let's have a look. So we'll be coming in. Not really sure. Does it say from where? No. Let's have a look at the star chart. Oh, and then it freaks out again. It does it sometimes. Full screen. Oh, it's this really busy map. I remember this. So we're coming from CANOA, from the north. There's entry, and then what is next? So we will then have to go to HA 407. Let's see if we have this in our pipeline as well. HA 407, that's there. Flight level 40 or above. And that is basically already, no, it's not lined up yet. We then go to Wolsey, see if we have that as well. That's go to the init page now, init ref page. There's basically only one page left. It's now the approach ref. And you can select if you want to land with flaps 15, 30 degrees or 40 degrees. So we're going to choose 40 degrees. This gives us the approach speed, final approach speed of 129 knots, provided that we have extended the flaps fully to 40 degrees. So that's sitting there, so we can now just paste it there. We added an additional 5 knots for wind correction, so that would be then a final approach speed of 134 knots, fully configured, gear down, and flaps all the way down to 40 degrees. So that's also dealt with. We're almost at the top of climb. So yeah, we know that we've come from Wolsey. Now let's go back to the final approach chart. And Wolsey, is it actually on here or is it hinting? It's actually on here, Wolsey, that's very good. And then you can see the glide slope will start at 5.6 nautical miles, which is also where we drew the range link around the ILS on our navigational display there earlier. Something like that. Now I do want to check one thing here actually. Let's go to the plan. This looks okay, exactly, yeah. Let's see. We'll be coming from this direction basically. Only, yeah, but we'll be coming from here and then, so let's zoom in. Okay, that was the worst explanation ever, I'm telling you. Okay, so entry, HA407, take us to Wolsey. And then from Wolsey, let's zoom in one more step if we can. And then from Wolsey, we're basically sort of lined up with Gidzenko follow, you know. So we would want to be fully ready there, around there. And there's the ring that I was talking about, just to help us a little bit of situational awareness, as they say. Alright, top of climb is almost there. And there at CANOA is our top of descent, slightly before CANOA. So yeah, let's have a look at Cuba by night. Okay, so we're at 36,000 feet. We're almost at our cruising altitude. So let's have a look at the weather at Havana. Arrival. They have a QNH of 1020. The wind is 0807 knots, it's not too crazy. Few clouds at 3,000 feet, it's 23 degrees. Quite nice in centigrade. 0807 knots. We'll be landing runway 06, so that's perfectly fine. QNH 1020. We can pre-dial that now, 1020. There you go, 1020. Right, so I guess we're in cruise now. We go to the descent page. We have 70 nautical miles to go before our descent. So since we're in cruise, we can now safely change the altitude here in the altitude box. Well, I'm going to bring it down to 2,000 feet. And as you can see, the nose is still going straight, so this is not doing anything at the moment. The moment we pass the top of descent there, the autopilot will identify that, and it will start descending. It will not descend below 2,000 feet, but it will adhere to any altitude constraints like V50 at CANOA or above flight level 40 at Hotel Alpha 407. So that's what it will do. So just to make our lives easier, because we don't have a co-pilot or anything, and there is also no ATC. We just dial in 2,000 feet, and the aircraft will just do that for you. And then you can worry about other things, about being pretty and those kinds of things. Alright, so yeah, we're actually basically set up and sort of briefed, if you will. We will exit the runway on the left. We have the airport chart here as well. Like this is a really small airport, but sometimes when you have these bigger airports, it's never a bad idea to check this stuff before you land, It's interesting here, it says course of 059, but but the ILS is 060. So yeah, we'll be landing here, and probably exit either via Echo or Alpha right there. Is International Terminal 2, International Terminal 3. I guess we can basically just set her down somewhere and park it up. All aircraft have not more than 40 minutes and not less than 20 minutes before the arrival should inform to the aeronautical station of Radio Boyeros through the frequency 126.9 the estimated time of arrival, quantity of passengers, loads, mail, or some other necessary additional information for the service to land in April. Alright, good to know. Aircraft weighing less than 25 tons are authorized to make 180 degrees turns in the area of runway 24. Aircraft of any weight are authorized to make 180-degree turns in the area of runway 6. So let's hope we do not have to do that. If this was an Airbus, it's like easy peasy. They turn so nicely, like it, especially the A320 and stuff. So yeah, we'll be exiting the runway on the left. Is there anything else here on the final approach chart? Let's go full screen. Missed approach, climb on track 060 until 2,000 feet, and then turn right and intercept the outbound MUHA VOR on radio 154, and then you continue to 2-ton holding pattern, fly to flight level 040 and expect ATC instructions. Transition altitude to 3,000 feet, that's always good to know. Caution, the foreign crews landing on runway 06 will keep in mind the vicinity and alignment of the military aerodrome, runway 05 San Antonio de los Banos, should apply the authorized IFR procedure for runway 06 of La Havana, José, Martí, even in VMC. VMC, very minimal conditions. Visual minimum conditions. Maximum indicated airspeed allowed within 25 nautical miles from UHA VOR, and at flight level 100 or below is 250 knots unless ATC clears otherwise. Alright, so we have to listen to ATC. So that's the runway they were talking about, runway 05. I believe, was it 05? Runway 05 at San Antonio de los Banos. We're not going there, but it's good to know. We were landing at, I believe it was Durban the other day on the channel, and they had a similar situation. There was a toll station for a highway, and it had a lot of lights, and they warned you that when you're landing there in the dark that you should be careful of not mistaking those lights for the runway lights. So it's always nice to look at these things. I think on these charts sometimes you'll actually see some things that are locally happening. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, and did not really count on it turning dark so quickly. I actually wanted to do a flight in daylight, but for some reason, I don't know. I guess I wasn't in tune with the American time at the moment when I decided to do this. But at the same time, yeah, because it's okay. It's just, I actually personally, I really like it. It's nice in the dark. It's nice and quiet, and a man can get some thinking done, which sometimes is really needed. All right, CANOA is coming up. So yeah, as I said, it's quite a short flight. It's total flight time itself in the air, I believe, is 56 minutes. Now with that stupid mistake that we made earlier, thinking I had engaged the autopilot, but not visually confirming whether that was the case. That's obviously a stupid error that's pilot error, which caused the aircraft to circle around for a little bit, and it took me a couple of turns to realize that why it was turning, because I was actually thinking something wrong with the GPS, something wrong with I don't know, with the setup of the system. I mean, I didn't do anything else. So yeah, basically I did what I did. Did not engage the autopilot, but I thought I did. So that makes this flight just a little bit longer. But then again, it's about an hour flight. And I think about 2 minutes we will start our descent. It's at 2332 Zulu. That's only 60 nautical miles from now. So at this speed, that's really fast. That's basically now. And as I said, you will see the nose of the aircraft start to go down. The engines will adapt. Usually they go idle or a low idle kind of, some idle kind of setting. So that's not blasting down, like speeding, and it's not quite safe. Okay, so let's see what's happening now. 10 nautical miles. You can always click descend now if you want. I don't do that. It is way too cool to just let it do its own thing, and this would mean that we're early. And looking at this legs page, everything looks fine. There's no warnings of anything. Let's see, speed 311, 240, 1907. And then decelerate to 134 at Hotel Alpha 402. So Wolsey 1907 might actually be even a little bit on the high side if you ask me. We are then 5 miles out. We're like 10 miles out then. But that might actually be, maybe we can change that speed. We need to quickly check. Basically we will descend right now. Let's first get it settled into a descent. Turning left here then on CANOA. And we are a little bit below the descent profile. And that's why I was waiting for a little bit, because I'm wondering if it will change it should change, if we change the speed, it should change something in the vertical navigation. I would assume so. So let's make that like a 180 knots. Just because we can. It does anything. like this, with the slash, and you don't fill out the other information, it will simply keep that untouched. The Wolsey is actually now at 188. Maybe, let's just leave it. I guess it's going to be fine. We're pretty much on the descent there. Someone forgot to turn off the landing lights. So let's strap in the passengers. Everybody back to your seats, please. Alright, we've got some civilization ahead of us. Weather. This weather report was given at 22:50 Zulu, and there's no update yet. So we still have 0807 knots and QNH of 1020. And when did I say 22:50 Zulu? 22:50 Zulu. So probably that it's like an hourly update, I guess then. Not too bad. So we have a flight time of 36 minutes at the moment. We're already descending. So a couple of things. The runway length was 13,000 feet or something. I guess we can choose auto brake 1 for that. We have set the approach course 060 on both the pilot and the pilot monitoring side. We can see it here as well in the ILS information. We also have 110.5. Let's double check if that's correct. ILS DME 110.5. There you have it as well. We have our VRAF, our final approach speed, 129. We added an additional 5, so 134 knots will be our final approach speed, with flaps fully down at 40 degrees and the gear down as well. So the decision, sorry, not the decision altitude, the transition level was 3,000 feet. So we will be on standard barometric pressure, which you are now, basically all the way until we are at 3,000 feet. So that should be right before we fly over Wolsey, so between Hotel Alpha 407 and Wolsey. So that's also a thing to remember. You can see here actually the speed 134, and as I said we have 129 and we add 5 for wind correction, and that gives us 134, which actually goes straight into the FMC, which is pretty cool. So do they have it gets picked up, and it is, we'll see it right here. We have a DME for that now. Well, my apologies for the poor camera work there. Missed approach, climb on track 060 up to 2,000 feet, then you turn right and intercept outbound UHA VOR, radio 154. Okay, so you'll fly to 2,000 feet, take a right turn until you reach track 154. Okay. Let's hope we do not have to do that. But yeah, that's in there as well, in case we need it. You know, it's peaceful to fly at night, you know, there's not a lot of things to see. I agree, I would agree with that, but this is really nice. Say on the descent speed. Well, that's now changing because we are passing below 10,000 feet. That was interesting to see actually. Okay, so let's turn on the landing lights. Let's also start on the APU. Now decelerating to a speed of 250, 240 actually. Have a look here. 240. We are already on our way to Hotel Alpha 407. 13 nautical miles. Okay, so as you can see, things will pick up quite quickly now. Hoping there is no drag required. We're going to arm the speed brake. And let's turn off the dome lights, because this is normal procedure during a nighttime landing. So 10,000 feet, we have the passengers strapped in. The cabin crew is now working to clean everything up, get everything ready. Drag required, but sort of change its mind. We are now descending to 4,000 feet. Are we going to make that? If I am not mistaken, does this green arc not represent, if you were to go in a straight line, where you will reach 4,000 feet? Let's add a little drag here. A little drag never hurt nobody. Check what this does on the descent profile information, vertical deviation, zone 22 feet below. In that sense, I guess we're probably good, so maybe we're just being a little OCD about it. Our current flight time, 43 minutes. And here you can see the extended runway center line that we created earlier, around coming from the circle that we made. And this also gives us a little bit more of an idea of where we are, and you know, more of like an intuitive kind of approach, you know. So, on our way to Wolsey. But yeah, we are still quite high though. So, wondering why the aircraft seems to think this is all okay. Perhaps we can still make it. Let's get rid of the drag now. Just arm the speed brake again. Right, and we turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. Wolsey is in 11.3 nautical miles, so that's still a bit to go. You can see we're now decelerating. We're actually we're accelerating. It sounded like the engines were decelerating. 242. So now if we say 180 knots, head Wolsey. Execute. Not too big of an impact, we're a little bit above the descent profile there. Yeah, that's what I mean. You have the extended runway center line, so we know that if we get on this track, we should be lined up. So 5,000 feet. It looks like we'll make this. Okay, so let's have a short look here at the. Oh hell, nobody can see that. Quickly turn on the lights here. Pressurization, landing altitude is set. Recall checked, no. Recall checked, clear. Auto brake is set to 1. There it is, 1. Landing data, VRF and minimums. We have VRF speed, 129, 134 in the FMC. We have 210 feet above the ground for the minimums. Approach briefing completed. Approach altimeters. That we should do that at 3,000 feet, and there comes our glide slope. So let's quickly have some action going on here. For log and approach. I'm going to do flap 1. I guess we're good, so let's turn off the lights again. There's our runway, I think, unless that's the dreaded runway 05 of that military airport. Speed 180. And we are captured by the localizer. Let's bring the speed down. We are almost at 3,000 feet, so that's interesting during the ILS approach. Let's switch over. Looks like that is going to be our runway then. So I get the cabin crew in their seats as well. I'm still not sure if that is the button actually to do it. And the link is where the glide slope should start, so we are intercepted, but we are not.
25.
Apologies. Not going down. Let's reduce the speed You can go to flat 5 speed. And our distance 6.9 nautical miles. And we're going for a final approach speed of 134 knots. Quickly check the latest weather. And that still hasn't changed. Alright, let's keep on going. Here should be the glide slope. So let's reduce our speed even more and maybe drop the gear actually as well. 4.9 nautical miles, it's okay to drop the gear and we'll create some drag as well. Flaps full, speed 134 knots. Alright, 1,000 feet. We have the gear down, we have the flaps down, the speed brake is armed, we have the auto brake at 1. So let's turn off the autopilot and land this sucker. A bit high, I think.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Okay, we can continue. We have a perfectly clear visual of the runway. Keep it coming down. There comes the touchdown zone.
50. 30.
Idle.
20.
Flap.
10.
Nose gear touchdown. Reverses out. Welcome to Havana, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the flight. So at the moment there's no toe braking going on, it's just the reverses and the auto brake system. We're at 70 knots. Okay, 60 knots, we can go idle. Flaps can come up. And so can the speed brake. And we can exit here to the left. So our speed 45, that's okay. So brake a little bit. I think we just take a right here, right? Let's go left. I think this area and the area to the right are the two international aprons. Let's turn off the landing lights real quick. Damn, I can't see them, man. Are they off? Yeah, they are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Havana. We're find a parking place. I mean, can you imagine you're sitting in an aircraft and pilots have to actually like fight with other pilots over parking places. I'm not really sure if this is, yeah, it looks like it. There you go. Let's take a left here. And let's quickly turn off the runway, turn off lights. Any taxi lights. So we don't go blinding nobody. So 54 minutes of flight time. That seems to be actually okay. The expectation was, I think it was 54. Parking brake is set. We first get some lights on here. Alright, so we kill engine number 2. And engine number 1. And let's pull up the GSX menu. And let's see if we can operate the jetway, that would be nice. There you go. And we request deboarding. And that's why we restarted the APU. What we do actually... Let's first go to APU. There you go. My apologies. Request ground power. Yes, why not?
Deboarding requested.
So we should be getting ground power shortly, so we can then turn off the... there you go. So we can turn off the APU now. Forgot that taxi light there. APU is off.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Goodbye.
So that's pretty cool. We're standing here with our little Delta Airlines PMDG Boeing 737-700. The aircraft's being serviced and the passengers are deboarding. You should be able to see it actually. So let's have a quick look. We have a lot better frame rate than we did at Miami though. They've all jumped. It's interesting. Normally you should be able to see them. Okay, forget that then. Alright, so we are deboarding. I guess that's it. We're not going to have to wait until everyone is deboarded though. See, let's just clean this up. Flight director can turn off as well. Yeah, and that's it. Alright, thank you very much for checking everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, or you have comments or questions, just drop them down below. If you want to like the video, then you can give it a like. If you feel like, oh fuck that shit, then you're not gonna do it. It's all okay. Just as long as we have fun here, you know. Right, man. I'm your personal function pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and everybody stay funky. Thank you again for checking. See you next time. Bye-bye.